well, grab a pen, because I'm about to give you the address of a website where you can learn all about this unique and rare opportunity. Write this down, www.goherenext.com. Now get on your computer and go to this site now. Part-time or full-time, your income is based totally on your performance. Interested? GoHereNext.com and say goodbye to your boss tomorrow. GoHereNext.com.
Mourning the death of a former big league baseball player today, CBS's Puck Michigan.
Tony Fernandez is being remembered as a smooth as silk shortstop in the field with a sweet stroke at the plate. Fernandez died Saturday. Recent reports indicated he'd been battling kidney disease and had suffered a stroke. He played from 1983 to 2001, in the first decade primarily with the Toronto Blue Jays, where he won a World Series in 1993, knocking in 5 runs in Game 4. He was a 5-time All-Star and won 4 Gold Gloves for his defensive brilliance. Tony Fernandez was 57. Mike Mishkin, CBS News.
At least 4 rockets exploded today near the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad and at Iraqi base where U.S. troops are stationed. No casualties are reported. There was minor damage. At least 2 of the rockets fell inside the embassy compound, the latest in a series of rocket and mortar attacks on Iraqi facilities housing American forces. Gary Nunn, CBS News.
This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. Good afternoon, I'm Emily Valdez. Our top local stories at 105. An adult film partially shot at a local library in Santa Monica. And 4 wrong-way crashes this morning kill 3 people on our roadways. But first, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5. Here's Manny Pacheco.
And let's begin in Thousand Oaks. 101 East at Lynn Road. A car slammed into the center divider. You can expect CHP to run a brake to get the vehicle off the freeway. The backup to Wendy Drive. Palisades PCH heading south. A weekend water main project between Temescal Canyon and Sunset. The Caltrans work has you on the brakes through Tuna Canyon. South El Monte, 60 East, approaching the 605, a 3-car injury collision. One of the vehicles hit the center divider, flipped on its side, so they're working on this one. A couple of lanes taken away, the backup to Rosemead. El Monte, 605 North at Valley, a 2-car injury wreck. 3 lanes are blocked, plus they just cleared that cycle accident in the area, so because of both incidents, the delays begin at Beverly. And in Santa Ana 5 North at 17th Street, watch out for that disabled vehicle in the slow lane. This is causing a tough drive from Red Hill. Our next report is at 1:15. I'm Manny Pacheco with more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Today, mid-60s to lower 70s, overnight lows in the 40s and 50s with areas of patchy fog. Tomorrow, it's going to be sunny, a few degrees warmer. Currently 70 degrees in downtown LA, 71 degrees in Chatsworth, 69 degrees in Fullerton at 107. A sex video that was made in Santa Monica then posted online has sparked an uproar because of some of the places it was shot. Reporter Christy Fajardo has the details and an exclusive CBS 2 story.
It's a porn stunt apparently meant to get clicks, but it's provoking outrage. The video shows a woman exposing herself on Santa Monica streets, even outside John Muir Elementary, then carrying out sex acts inside the Ocean Park Library.
The woman and the man who's also in the video were in a library during regular public hours. Many people who heard about it say they're shocked that anyone would do something like this, knowing that customers, including children, might have caught them in the act. Police say they're aware of the video and they will be investigating. It's been an unusually tragic morning on Southern California streets and freeways. 3 people have been killed in 4 separate crashes involving wrong-way drivers. First, on the 405 through the Sepulveda Pass, a pickup truck traveling southbound at 60 to 70 miles an hour in the northbound lanes crashed head-on into a Jaguar. Happened near the Getty Center Drive exit. CHP Sergeant John Richwine told CBS 2 the driver of the Jaguar was killed instantly.
The driver of the pickup truck, on scene, he was walking and talking with our officers. He was compliant. However, he was transported down to the hospital just to get a medical clearance and get checked out.
Richwine says the pickup driver suspected of driving under the influence. The northbound 405 through the Sepulveda Pass was down to 1 lane after the crash, but all lanes are back open now. And like we said, there were 3 of them, other wrong-way crashes overnight. In another case, we have have a person killed on the eastbound 210 freeway in Monrovia. A car was going against traffic, smashed into another vehicle near Huntington Drive. And the other fatal wrong-way crash happened on Manchester Avenue in South LA. A person was killed, 2 others slightly hurt. There was a third wrong-way crash on the eastbound 105 in the West Athens area. It's 1:09. Friends have gathered to remember a Sun Valley High School senior who was shot to death at a house party. Police reaching out to the community for help, trying to identify his killer. Christian Camacho was one of 3 people shot by a party crasher Friday night in Arleta. One witness said he heard 10 gunshots after the party crasher argued with some of the guests. Camacho shot multiple times and died on the sidewalk. 2 others were injured. Jesus Pisano told CBS 2 News that his friend had been helping his mom raise his 2 younger brothers since the recent death of their father.
It's just like his family, you know, they've gone through a lot, like in the household and all that stuff. So he's had like a rough life.
LAPD detectives don't have a motive or even a description of the suspect. They're asking anyone who saw anything to give them a call. There's also a GoFundMe account set up to help Camacho's family with the cost of his funeral. Metro says a big reason for the 17% drop in crime on its trains and buses over the past 5 years is more law enforcement patrols.
We utilize a model of presence. We recognize that presence is key in reference to being able to deter criminal activity.
Metro's executive officer for security, Aston Green, tells KNX he hopes people's perception of safety on public transit changes for the better. He says Metro continues to build an intelligence-led security training and exercise program. The goal is to increase their ability to identify threats. Riders can report safety and security concerns anonymously on Metro's Transit Watch app. We have a crash in South El Monte. It's on the 60 East. We're going to have a look at your freeways and your full traffic report coming up in 4 minutes. Right now, 1:11.
Play your perfect combination. Give me a round of golf, a round of drinks, and a round of blackjack. Ice cold martinis and hot juicy steaks. Whatever you love to do, you'll find more ways to win at Pechanga Resort Casino in Temecula.
Is your loved one in need of skilled nursing care? The cost can be $10,000 or more per month, and it's not covered by Medicare, your health insurance, or VA benefits. The state would have you deplete your savings, sell your investments or other assets to pay for this care. Attorney Zoran Basic at Nursing Home Solutions can protect your assets and help you qualify for state-paid nursing home benefits. Call Zoran at Nursing Home Solutions, 800-7-SENIOR. That's 800-7-SENIOR. Or log on to nhscare.com.
Hey, Erwin, I was thinking about using some famous presidential quotes in this ad for Sit and Sleep's President Sale. Like what, Larry? 4 snore and 7 years ago. Wow, very Lincoln-esque. Or, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself of a lousy night's sleep. So during Sit and Sleep's President Sale, save up to 50% off Beauty Rest, Sealy, Kingsdown, and King Coil. Roosevelt must be turning over in his grave. Yeah, well, too many people are turning, tossing and turning on their old mattress. So during Sit and Sleep's President Sale, adjustable beds start at just $6.99. With your good credit, sleep interest-free for 18 months with your minimum monthly payment, plus save up to $500 off Tempur-Pedic Ergo adjustable sets. $500 off Tempur-Pedic? To quote George Washington, I cannot tell a lie. You're killing me, Larry! So if you're not sleeping your best, ask not what you can do for your mattress, but what your mattress can do for you during Sit and Sleep's President Sale. Sit and Sleep will beat anyone's advertised price, or your mattress is free!
Overcoming ED can change your life forever. At Lasara Medical Group, our #1 goal is to help you regain your confidence in the bedroom. 2020 is your year to completely overcome your erectile dysfunction for you and your loved one. Whether you've had ED for a few months or more than 10 years, Lasara can get you back to natural functionality. I'm John, Clinical Director of Lasara Medical Group. We're the clear leader in Southern California offering focused shockwave therapy. It's the only ED treatment that deals with the root cause of the problem. Lasara's 100% proven medical treatment completely reverses ED and gets our patients back to natural functionality. I am absolutely confident that if you take the time to visit Lasara.com, you will see we are your best option to reverse your ED. Lasara's patients are able to have spontaneous intimacy again and don't have to rely on pills or needles anymore. Visit Lasara.com. That's LASARA.com. Then call 855-2-million. That's 855-2-million. Begin treatment before February 29th to receive our lowest price ever.
Ready to own your first real home? the road to unrenting can get a bit rocky. It takes a reliable partner to right wrong turns. That's the role of a realtor, an expert voice of reason helping you navigate the rigmarole of real estate. A trusted ally who knows and represents your rights, so you get all the right guidance on your journey home. Is your agent a realtor? Look for the R. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
What's in store this week at your local Staples?
Laptop of the line.
Staples is the place for the best PCs.
At great prices.
And this week at Staples, in honor of President's Day, the HP Pavilion laptop with Intel Core i7 processor is just $569.99.
You save $260 on this super slim, stylish PC powerhouse.
But hurry, this and other PC deals are good this week only.
At Staples, where there's a whole lot in store.
Ends 2/22/20 while supplies last.
This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. Depend on us.
It's 1:14. I'm Emily Valdez. Coming up, a hedgehog takes a bite out of the weekend box office.
The world's retailers have been hit by the coronavirus. That story's coming up in 5 minutes when Bloomberg checks your money.
And a public library in Santa Monica is the backdrop for an adult film. These stories coming up in the next 15 minutes. Right now, 1:15, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5. Here's Manny Pacheco.
Santa Ana 5 North and 17th Street. There's a disabled vehicle in the slow lane. It's a tough drive from Red Hill. South El Monte 60 East, approaching the 605. We had a 3-car injury collision. Looks like they cleared it. They had a car that hit the center divider, flipped on its side. That's back on its wheels off the freeway. Still, we have a residual backup, and it's to Rosemead, but that should dissipate soon. So that is a bit of good news. El Monte 605 North at Valley. 2-car injury wreck. 3 lanes are blocked. Plus, they just cleared that earlier cycle accident in the area. The delays begin in Beverly. Also, plenty of spectators slowing on the other side. Monterey Park 10 East before New Avenue. A 2-car crash, both in the slow lane. It's slow between Garfield and San Gabriel Boulevard. Palisades, PCH heading south. A weekend water main project between Temescal Canyon and Sunset. The Caltrans work has you on the brakes through Tuna Canyon. Sherman Oaks 405 south, just past the 101. A car was rear-ended, both in the fast lane. This is adding to a slow drive that stretches through the Sepulveda Pass and into Westwood. Thousand Oaks, 101 East at Lynn Road. Car slammed into the center divider. Expect CHP to run a brake to get the vehicle off the freeway. In the meantime, the backup right now to Wendy Drive. Our next report is at 1:25. I'm Manny Pacheco with more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Lots of sunshine on tap for your Sunday. Temperatures nice and comfortable this afternoon. Mid-60s along the coast. Lower 70s for LA and Orange County Metro. 73 for the valleys. Upper 50s up in the mountains and the high desert communities. Lower 70s this afternoon. As we head into this coming week, we will have periods of gusty offshore winds, and that will provide warmer temperatures, especially along the coast for the valleys and the metro area. So some areas could push mid to even upper 70s this coming week. And then it's by this weekend, tracking a Pacific storm system that has the potential to bring us a little bit of rain heading into Saturday. With Southern California's most accurate and dependable forecast, I'm CBS 2's Alex Fiston for KNX 1070 News Radio.
Currently 64 degrees at LAX, 68 degrees in Santa Ana, 72 degrees in Northridge at 117. Animation back on top at the box office with the new movie Sonic the Hedgehog doing even better than expected. It's on track to end up with a whopping $57 million over the long President's Day weekend, which is a new record for any film based on a video game. The movie actually uses a mix of computer animation and live action to tell the story of a cute alien who gets stuck on Earth and needs to ask for help getting home.
I shouldn't even be on this planet right now, but I am. And clearly, I'm not going to be able to do this on my own.
Last week's winner, Birds of Prey, will wind up second this time with about $17 million, followed by the new horror version of the old TV show, Fantasy Island. Up next, the new romantic comedy, The Photograph, and then cop comedy, Bad Boys for Life. Economic development officials in Santa Fe, New Mexico are pushing for the restoration of daily flights between there and LA to support the continuing growth of the local film production industry. So American Airlines used to have regular nonstop flights between LAX and Santa Fe, but it stopped offering those flights in 2015. It did recently announce they'll be introducing a new once-a-week service Saturdays only from April to late October. Santa Fe officials hoping that might be the first step to the eventual new daily flights, if they can get them. The LA Fire Department has expanded its capacity to quickly respond to medical and fire emergencies.
A fourth Fast Response Vehicle, or FRV, has been added to the department. It will be assigned to Fire Station 82 in Hollywood, enabling the department to keep its engines and ambulances available for other calls. LA Fire Chief Ralph Terrazas.
In addition to the FRV expansion, we have added two very significant capabilities. They include the ability to medically clear patients with an acute mental health crisis or public inebriation for transport to a mental health urgent care center or a sobering center.
He says they've also been certified to assist with SWAT deployments by the LA Police Department.
As medical support for LAPD officers as well as for anybody who may need medical attention.
Having the FRVs in service has been described as a paradigm shift for the fire department. In Elysian Park, Margaret Carrero, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Businesses across the country cut the number of open jobs in December for the second straight month. The number of available positions dropped over 5% to 6.4 million. Andy Challenger with the job placement firm Challenger Gray & Christmas tells KNX this is a significant decline, but it's not a reason to worry.
We saw a really high number of jobs added to the economy in January in the most recent government report, and there are still more open jobs than there are unemployed persons in the United States.
Challenger says the biggest downturns are in the manufacturing, warehousing, and transportation sectors. It's 1:20 right now. Time for a check of your money. Here's Jill Schneider.
When it comes to the coronavirus, most of the focus is, of course, on the human toll, but it's also hitting the world's retailers hard. Across China, the epicenter of the deadly outbreak, malls are closed, streets are empty, and tourism is tanking. Bloomberg's Eric Fanner says that's hurting a lot of companies like Burberry.
About 40% of their sales go to Chinese consumers. They're one of the most heavily exposed for sure.
Burberry says the outbreak has wiped out as much as 80% of its sales in China.
It's shocking. It's a huge amount. I mean, they're basically saying people just aren't visiting these stores anymore.
Other retailers feeling the pain include Nike, Canada Goose, and Japanese cosmetics maker Shiseido. One company apparently bucking the trend is L'Oreal. Chairman and CEO Jean-Paul Agone says this will be a temporary bump in the road.
It will not be forever, thank God. And so it doesn't change anything to our confidence in the middle and long term.
Analysts say companies with a strong online presence may be able to lessen the brunt of the downturn. We check your money at 20 and 50 after each hour. I'm Bloomberg's Jill Schneider for KNX 1070 News Radio.
LA County opens its first Community Health and Wellness Center. That story, 90 seconds away. It's 1:21.
The KNX Morning News, not just reporting the big stories all morning, we're tracking the stories wherever they go, however long it takes. So keep coming back for the latest details, plus traffic every 10 minutes on the 5s. Listen, Monday morning at 5 on KNX 1070 News Radio. Depend on us.
This is Mike Diamond's buddy Fred. After the last presidential debate, suddenly everybody's talking about plumbers. Mike Diamond Plumbing isn't much into politicking, and you won't hear about our favorite candidate. But having had to clean up a lot of the stuff those folks are flinging out there on the campaign trail, you may say we're a group of experts. We've had to fish out foreign policies from toilets. We win the war on clogs in your shower. And bailouts? Well, by fixing leaks, we've probably saved over 700 billion gallons of water in the Los Angeles area alone, give or take. So if your bathroom's like most politicians and full of crap, call us. We can promise change in your plumbing's condition. We'll work under the sink, across the aisle, wherever it needs fixing. We're here for all people. So while everyone else is talking about plumbers, Mike Diamond Plumbing is doing something about it. We're plumbing.
The next time you've got a plumbing need, call Mike Diamond Plumbing at 1-800-446-MIKE.
This is Mike Diamond, and I guarantee my plumber will show up on time and smell good, or your house call is free.
Contractor license number 39970. We also have 6 smell good plumbers named Joe. If you prefer a Joe, let us know.
1:23. The first community center run by LA County TAP dedicated to health and wellness has opened in Pomona. It's the first of 7 that will open around the county this year. County Public Health Director Dr. Barbara Ferrer tells KNX there will be physical fitness and nutrition classes along with other health services.
For the first time, we'll have a full-time substance abuse counselor at the site. So, I'm so excited about that. I mean, we focus a lot on treatment, but first of all, a lot of people don't even get to treatment. They're not even sure treatment is sort of the right place for them to go for services.
Freer also says people will be able to get mental health help, which will include stress reduction activities. All the activities at the center are free and open to everyone. LAPD may make changes to technology it uses to track license plates as people drive across the city. It's the result of a state audit on privacy.
Each day as you drive across Los Angeles, there are cameras on cop cars, cameras mounted at intersections taking pictures of your car, your license plate. That info is cataloged. The pictures are taken by automated license plate readers, or ALPRs. This is something that's been happening statewide.
Drivers in Sacramento had their plates scanned 195 million times by police and sheriff departments. That's nearly 270,000 scans per day. The vast majority of this data belongs to people who are not and never will be connected to a criminal investigation.
As privacy advocate Dave Moss testifying to state lawmakers, California's state auditor says LAPD is saving info up to 5 years in some cases and that it is not properly safeguarded. Chief Michael Moore says LAPD will address the concerns raised in this state audit. Craig Fichtner, KNX 1070 News Radio.
A new report ranks 7 California cities in the top 10 when it comes to ethnic diversity in big cities. LA's 8th, Long Beach is right behind at number 9. In LA, many people are second-generation immigrants. New York City ranked number 1, Oakland number 2, followed by San Jose, Sacramento, and San Francisco. San Diego comes in at number 7. There's outrage over a porn video that was shot at a local library during business hours. That story coming up at the bottom of the hour. Right now, it's 1:25, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5s. This report brought to you by First 5 California. Here's Manny Pacheco.
And let's begin in El Monte, 605 North at Valley. We have a 2-car injury wreck, 3 lanes still blocked. They just cleared this earlier cycle accident, so it never really recovered this 605 North. So the delays begin at Beverly, and there's also plenty of spectators slowing on the other side. Downey 5 North at Lakewood Boulevard, a 2-car collision. The fast lane taken away, the backup to Washington. Monterey Park 10 East before New Avenue, a 2-car crash. Both in the slow lane. It's slow between Garfield and San Gabriel Boulevard. Palisades, PCH heading south. A weekend water main project between Temescal Canyon and Sunset, down to 1 lane. But drivers driving in the area say there's no sign of any workers, just the cones. Well, the Caltrans work has you on the brakes through Tuna Canyon. Sherman Oaks, 405 South, just past the 101. Car was rear-ended, both in the fast lane. This is adding to a slow drive that stretches through the Sepulveda Pass. Camarillo, 101 West at Carmen Drive, 2-car injury wreck. One of the vehicles on its side, both over to the right, and the delays begin at Wendy Drive. What's your favorite song of all time? Sing it to your baby. Not only is singing great for early brain development, it's also a special way you can bond. More at first5california.com. Our next report is at 1:35. I'm Manny Pacheco with more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Sunny today. Highs are going to be in the mid-60s to lower 70s. Overnight lows in the 40s and 50s with some areas of patchy fog. Tomorrow going to be sunny and a few degrees warmer. Currently, it's 61 degrees in Santa Monica, 68 degrees in Whittier, 70 degrees right now in Woodland Hills. Several wrong-way drivers end up killing 3 people on our freeways this morning. We're going to have more on these crashes coming up at the bottom of the hour. Right now, 1:27.
Experience extraordinary accommodations for just $69 a night at Sebova Casino Resort. Sunday through Friday, just mention code FSO220 and book by February 29th. Unwind in the beautifully spacious rooms. Play the PGA-rated golf course and satisfy your cravings at Canyon Steakhouse or any of the delicious restaurant options. Wrap up your days with thrilling casino action with over 2,000 slots and table games. Get your $69 room rate. Just mention code FS0220. Visit Sebova.com for details.
This woman, her name is Edith Childs, is a city councilwoman from Greenwood.
12 years ago, right here.
My first trip to Greenwood. There were about 20 people there.
We need some hope.
I heard this voice behind me shout out.
I said, fired up, ready to go, and that was the it.
Fired up! Ready to go!
We need something different to be Trump. Tom Steyer can bring it. He knows the needs of our people, that people have good health, that people have good education, that people have a vote for housing, that people have a right to vote, and that their votes are not suppressed. He also believes in climate change and that people can live healthier and normal lives. Watch him. My God. Trump's fired up and Trump got to go.
I'm Tom Steyer, running for president, and I approve this message.
Now everybody get out and vote for Trump.
Paid for by Tom Steyer 2020.
This is John Greenhut, and if your teeth are stained from coffee, tea, or smoking, Power Swaps is the answer. In 5 minutes, you'll see 2 shades whiter teeth, and in 7 days, 6 shades. Even better, there's no messy 909.
This is a cow. A cow only lasts so long. The impression a small business makes needs to last much longer. And now Vistaprint is offering free shipping on all business cards in any quantity. Choose from hundreds of fresh designs tailored to your type of company. Or upload your own. The choice is yours. The time is now. For a limited time only, get free shipping on all business cards in any quantity with promo code 2727. That's promo code 2727 at Vistaprint.com. Vistaprint. Own the now.
Whether it's around the world, if Iran does anything, we're prepared to attack if we have to. Or here at home.
The homeless are being forced to clear out of the Encino Creek
We've got the
area.
news you need to stay informed.
We're keeping a pretty close eye on Warner Brothers doing a lot for a bank after somebody found it.
Police says the victim, a white man approximately 50 years old, was pronounced dead at the
We're Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. Depend on us.
This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. Good afternoon, I'm Emily Valdez. Our top local story at 1:30. Most porn videos are shot in small studios, homes, apartments, private places. But a new one posted online is causing outrage and anger in Santa Monica. That's because its location includes the exterior of a local elementary school and the inside of the city's Ocean Park Public Library. CBS 2 reporter Christy Fajardo has more on that video in an exclusive story.
The video was uploaded to a porn site that pays per click. The man in the video's face is never shown, and we're not naming the woman, but a search shows she has other adult films.
The library was open to the public at the time the couple recorded several sex acts inside, and a woman who lives nearby says she can't believe they did that, knowing that regular library customers, including children, could have seen them. We have to have laws to stop them from doing things that put children in harm's way. Santa Monica police say they are investigating. It's 1:31. 4 separate crashes, all caused by wrong-way drivers, have killed 3 people in Southern California in just the past several hours. First, the CHP says the driver of a pickup truck headed south in the northbound lanes of the 405 for several miles on the Sepulveda Pass, 60 to 70 miles an hour, until it crashed head-on into a Jaguar. Happened about 2:30 in the morning. The Jaguar driver killed instantly, but the CHP Sergeant John Richwine told CBS 2 News the pickup truck driver was walking around and chatting with officers.
At this time, it does appear that alcohol played a factor in the collision. However, the investigation is still ongoing. That's extremely sad and unfortunate.
CHP officers sent the truck driver to the hospital for observation. All lanes of the freeway are now back open. The second wrong-way crash was in the eastbound 210 at Huntington Drive in Monrovia. 1 person was killed. And the third in South LA, 1 person was killed, 2 others slightly hurt in a wrong-way driver crash on Manchester Avenue. The 4th wrong-way crash was in LA's West Athens neighborhood on the eastbound 105 at South Vermont Avenue. The 17-year-old high school senior, fatally shot at a house party in Arleta, was remembered at a candlelight vigil on the sidewalk where he died. Christian Camacho was shot multiple times. 2 other party guests were also shot. Their injuries are not life-threatening. Camacho's friend, Maribel Rincon, told CBS 2 News that in addition to his schoolwork, he'd also been helping his mom raise his 2 younger brothers after their dad recently died.
He wanted to do everything for his mom. All my parents go out to his mom's.
A GoFundMe account is collecting money for his funeral. So far, the LAPD has no description of the suspect, no motive. Detectives are asking anyone who can help to give them a call. USC researchers crunched the numbers. They have produced a list of the 20 most dangerous intersections in LA. Sherman Way and Sepulveda and Van Nuys, that stop.
There were 47 accidents at this corner last year. It's a pretty hectic place. Some people were surprised that it's listed as the worst intersection in L.A.
It is? Oh, wow. I'm not sure.
But he thinks he knows why it's so bad, why drivers get into trouble here at the intersection.
Playing with their phones a lot, that's the problem.
Yes, he thinks it's all due to distracted driving. Now, 6 intersections on that top 20 list are in Van Nuys, but this one, wow.
Honestly, there's too many cars and they're moving really fast.
He would know. He crosses on a bicycle. Another bad intersection, Sepulveda and Burbank Boulevard. That was 3rd on the list with 40 crashes. And intersections in Valley Glen, Northridge, and Panorama City also made that top 20 list. In Van Nuys, John Baird, KNX 1070 News Radio.
2 California Democratic congressmen are ban the production of most single-use plastic products in the United States. Long Beach area lawmaker Alan Lowenthal and Central California Congressman Jimmy Panetta say the measure is aimed at forcing plastic makers to take more responsibility for the pollution they cause. It's called the Break Free from Plastic Pollution Act. It would require plastic makers to drop most single-use products in favor of ones that can be reused. Also, to design, finance new waste and recycling systems for plastic. Plastic waste is a huge problem when it comes to ocean pollution. Experts say plastic production is also a big contributor to the climate crisis. Hundreds of Americans who were quarantined on a cruise ship that was plagued with the coronavirus, well, they are now on their way home. The story coming up 2 minutes away. 1:35. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5. Here's Manny Pacheco.
Well, let's begin in Fountain Valley, 405 North, just past Brookhurst. A disabled vehicle with a blown-out tire and their windows shattered. It's in the second lane from the left. Not sure what happened, but we do know this. It's a sluggish drive from Euclid, so a heads up as you approach. El Monte, 605 North at Valley. 2-car injury wreck, 3 lanes blocked. The delays begin at Beverly, and plenty of spectators slowing on the other side. Downey, 5 North at Lakewood Boulevard, a 2-car collision. The fast lane is taken away, and the backup to Washington. Monterey Park, 10 East before New Avenue, a 2-car crash. Both in the slow lane. It's slow between Garfield and San Gabriel Boulevard. Palisades, PCH heading south. A weekend water main project between Temescal Canyon and Sunset. Down to 1 lane. The Caltrans work has to on the brakes through Tuna Canyon. Sherman Oaks, 5 south. Just past the 101, a car was rear-ended, both in the fast lane. This is adding to a slow drive that stretches through the Sepulveda Pass. And in Camarillo, 101 west at Carmen Drive, a 2-car injury wreck. One of the vehicles on its side, both over to the right, and the delays begin back at Wendy Drive. Our next report is at 1:45. I'm Manny Pacheco with more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Sunny today, highs in the mid-60s to low 70s. Overnight lows in the 40s and 50s with areas of patchy fog. That is going to clear out, though, and tomorrow we're going to have sunny skies. And temperatures just a few degrees warmer. Currently 60 degrees in Pasadena, 70 degrees in Thousand Oaks, 64 degrees in Torrance. More than 1,000 federal prosecutors are demanding Attorney General William Barr resign over how he's handling the Roger Stone case. The story 2 minutes away. It's 1:37.
That's because my kitchen gives me inspiration. It's not only functional, but beautiful, thanks to the Kitchen Store and their experienced designers. For more than 50 years, the Kitchen Store has been making gorgeous kitchens that fit each cook's own style and needs. Speaking of inspiration, you'll find their enormous showroom filled with kitchen displays from traditional to modern, and right now, all of their cabinets are on sale and at all price levels. You can call for an appointment and bring in your measurements for a free consultation. They offer 1 year same-as-cash financing and a whole year with no payments and no interest, and they'll meet or beat anyone's prices, even the big home centers. So call the Kitchen Store today at 310-KIT-CHEN or visit them on the web at 310kitchen.com. Tell them you heard it from Melinda Lee.
1:38 right now. Hundreds of Americans have left a quarantine cruise ship that had been sitting off the coast of Japan. The State Department arranged charter flights to bring the stranded passengers back home, where they were going to be quarantined for 2 weeks, another 2 weeks, until they test negative for the coronavirus. Dr. Anthony Fauci with the National Institutes of Health tells CBS's Face the Nation that the World Health Organization has a team of experts headed to the epicenter of the outbreak, Wuhan, China. Well, they will assess the situation.
Technically speaking, the WHO wouldn't be calling this a global pandemic, but it certainly is on the verge of that happening reasonably soon unless containment is more successful than it is right now.
Canada, Hong Kong, and Italy also making plans to rescue citizens who've been stranded. A biotech company in San Diego says it's got the vaccine for coronavirus.
We're really laser focused on this one.
Dr. Trevor Smith with Inovio says they were able to use genetic information about the coronavirus to create a DNA vaccine in just 3 hours.
We have an algorithm which we've designed. We can basically put the sequence into an algorithm and come up with our DNA medicine in that short amount of time.
The drug has been tested on mice and guinea pigs, and Inovio says it'll begin clinical trials in humans by early summer if they get FDA approval. The company has also created a vaccine for the Zika virus, Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, otherwise known as MERS, and the vaccine for Ebola. Rob Archer, KNX 1070 News Radio.
And we have more on the story on our website, knx1070.com. Roger Stone continues. In addition to widespread criticism from Democrats who are calling for bars today by Barr to step down. CBS News legal analyst Thane Rosenbaum weighs in on the latest developments.
The letter is pretty unprecedented, although largely symbolic. It is a statement by the Department of Justice that the reduction of Roger Stone's sentence was plainly wrong. It violated the separation of powers and the independence of the judiciary. It turned career prosecutors into partisan hacks. It made a mockery of pledging an oath to the Constitution, and it created the impression that all government officials follow the directions of the president alone, regardless of the law.
The letter reads in part, quote, each of us strongly condemns President Trump's and Attorney General Barr's interference in the fair administration of justice. The actions require Mr. Barr to resign. Orange County's registrar gives his vote of approval to the more simplified way for Californians to update their party registration and more on Election Day.
It won't be like 2018, says registrar voters Neil Kelly, with lines stretched for hours as new voters tried to take part in midterm elections.
Back in 2018, you could only do it at the main offices of registrars, or you could only do it at satellite locations. That demand and that flood of people all came to one central location.
Kelly says the new state law allows people to change their party affiliation or address right on Election Day, and in the 2 weeks leading up to the March 3rd primary.
The beauty of this for our voters is that during the entire 11 days of voting at vote centers, they'll be able to come and do this at any location.
Before the new law, people had to re-register and take a conditional ballot. Karen Adams, KNX 1070 News Radio.
One of the nation's highest profile post-9/11 terrorism cases has fully unraveled, as federal prosecutors said they would not pursue charges after a judge overturned the conviction of Hamid Hayat last year. Hayat had been linked to an al-Qaeda sleeper cell in California, spent 14 years in prison. The executive director of the Sacramento Valley of the Office of Council on American Islamic Relations tells CBS 13 in Sacramento this was a long time coming.
14 years this young innocent man spent in prison, and this devastated his family, traumatized our community, and just it's time to heal and move forward.
Hayat, a cherry picker from the community of Lodi in the Central Valley, was freed in August after completing more than half his sentence on charges of providing material support to terrorists and lying to FBI agents. The judge overturned his conviction, ruling that he hadn't received a proper defense at trial. Prosecutors could have appealed the judge's decision or asked for a new trial, but they decided against those options. We have a two-car crash on the 101 westbound in Camarillo. Your full traffic report coming up 2.5 minutes away right now. 142.
Hi, Tim Connell here, Connell Chevrolet, Costa Mesa. The Connell Chevrolet President's Day sales event lasts all month long. For a great deal, go to ConnellChevrolet.com. Find new roads at Connell Chevrolet, the Orange County original since 1964.
Have you ever gone to an authentic Bavarian Oktoberfest? Or wondered what Budapest looks like in the moonlight? Hi, it's Dick Hilton, and these incredible experiences and more are waiting for you on a luxury Danube river cruise with AMA Waterways. AMA means love, and you will love the warm welcome you received while cruising through Germany, Austria, Slovakia, and Hungary aboard their award-winning ships. You'll taste authentic regional cuisine while indulging nightly in 3-course meals paired with local wines. You'll hike to a castle above You'll wake up each morning to new views and adventures just beyond your balcony. Contact your travel advisor or AMA Waterways at 1-888-626-2695. That's 1-888-626-2695 to personalize your Danube River cruise today.
Existing alarm systems or new installations, the Monitoring Center does it all for the lowest monitoring center today. Think security, think the Monitoring Center. Why? Because we care.
1-866-24-7 for $9.99. 1-866-24-7 for $9.99.
Overcoming ED can change your life forever. At Lasara Medical Group, our #1 goal is to help you regain your confidence in the bedroom. 2020 is your year to completely overcome your erectile dysfunction for you and your loved one. Whether you've had ED for a few months or more than 10 years, Lasara can get you back to natural functionality. I'm John, Clinical Director of Lasara Medical Group. We're the clear leader in Southern California offering focused shockwave therapy. It's the only ED treatment that deals with the root cause of the problem. Lasara's 100% proven medical treatment completely reverses ED and gets our patients back to natural functionality. I am absolutely confident that if you take the time to visit Lasara.com, you will see we are your best option to reverse your ED. Lasara's patients are able to have spontaneous intimacy again and don't have to rely on pills or needles anymore. Visit Lasara.com. That's LASARA.com. Then call 855-2-million. That's 855-2-million. Begin treatment before February 29th to receive our lowest price ever.
KNX 1070 News Radio. Depend on us.
It's 1:45. I'm Emily Valdez. Coming up, porch pirates may soon face tougher laws.
State drug pricing laws lack any real power. That story is coming up in 5 minutes when Bloomberg checks your money.
A library in Santa Monica is featured in an adult film. These stories coming up first. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5. Here's Manny Pacheco.
Camarillo, 101 West to Carmen Drive. That two-car injury wreck. One of the vehicles on its side, both over to the right. I had a tipster call. Let me know that it was a real nasty accident. That the driver on the side, the car that's on the side, lucky to be alive. If you'd like to give us a call on that tip line, 323-467-1070. We'd love to hear from you. Anyway, the delays there begin at Wendy Drive. Sherman Oaks 405 South, just past the 101. A car was rear-ended both in the fast lane, the back up to Victory Boulevard. This is also causing a slowdown as you transition from the 101 East to the 405 South. Monterey Park 10 East before New Avenue, a two-car crash, both in the slow lane. It's slow from Atlantic Downey. 5 North at Lakewood Boulevard, a two-car collision. The fast lane taken away. The backup to Eastern, Almonte 605 North at Valley. That two-car injury wreck has been there for a while. 2 lanes still blocked. The delays begin at Beverly, and there's plenty of spectators slowing on the other side. Glendora, 210 East connector to the 57 South, a 3-car smash-up in lanes. It's busy on that 210 East from Sunflower. The transition also congested. Our next report is at 1:55. I'm Manny Pacheco with more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Lots of sunshine on this Sunday afternoon. Temperatures topping out in the mid-60s along the coast. Lower 70s for LA and Orange County Metro. 73 for the valleys, upper 50s up in the mountains, and lower 70s for the Inland Empire. As we head into this coming week, some periods of gusty offshore winds will provide warmer temperatures, so some areas even could push mid to upper 70s this coming week. And then it's by this coming weekend that a Pacific storm system has the potential to bring us a little bit of rain as we head into Saturday. With Southern California's most accurate and dependable forecast, I'm CBS 2's Alex Biston for KNX 1070 News Radio.
Currently it's 64 degrees in Redondo Beach, 72 degrees in Van Nuys, 64 degrees in Los Alamitos at 148. A state senator from the San Diego area is proposing changes to the law to cut down on porch pirates.
Due to the passage of Prop 47, any theft with a value of less than $950 is treated as a misdemeanor, and a conviction means little or no jail time at all. Under the bill proposed by Senator Brian Jones, it becomes a crime if your intent of getting on someone's property is to steal a package. And if you're caught and convicted 3 times in 36 months, the prosecutor will have the option to charge the case as a felony.
So we're reestablishing the ability for the DAs and the police to prosecute these kind of crimes.
Jones' bill may have to be reconciled with a similar measure now working its way through the state assembly, and it's possible a compromise bill could be on the governor's desk sometime this fall. Pete Demetrio, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Thousands of California prison and jail inmates work as volunteer firefighters on state and county fire crews. A bill now being considered in Sacramento that would let their criminal records be quickly erased after after they're released from custody. The measure is aimed at making it easier for these inmates to find jobs, pursue long-term careers after finishing their sentences. Right now, prisoners who work on fire crews have to wait until they complete their parole periods before asking to have their criminal records expunged. Even then, they still have to disclose their convictions when applying for jobs that require state licenses, including jobs as firefighters. But that requirement would be dropped under the proposed new law. The LA Fire Department has expanded its fleet of fast response vehicles.
The latest addition will be assigned to Fire Station 82 in Hollywood for a total of 4 citywide, capable of providing rapid emergency medical services.
As well as tactical paramedics that assist our police department in a variety of barricade and special operations situations.
That's LA Mayor Eric Garcetti there. LA Fire's Medical Director Dr. Mark Eckstein says this represents a paradigm shift for the department.
Men and women behind us who staff the FRVs are now approved under a state pilot to medically clear patients with mental health emergencies or public inebriation.
That means rather than tying up paramedic ambulances and having them transport people to the emergency room where they are then medically cleared, those assigned to these units can medically clear certain patients and get them to a mental health urgent care center or the first dedicated sober center located in downtown LA. In Elysian Park, Margaret Carrero, KNX 1070 News Radio.
1:50 right now. Time for a check of your money. Here's Steve Potus.
The federal government has been taking aim at what big pharmaceutical companies charge for the drugs they make. But while the feds debate, at least 11 states now have laws requiring manufacturers to provide reasons for price hikes. But the impact has been limited at best.
Throughout the process of passing these laws, there's often a lot of lobbying against them. So the ultimate law doesn't necessarily have as many requirements as states originally wanted.
Bloomberg Law's Brennan Goff says that has resulted in laws lacking teeth. Also, laws on the books have been hampered by resistance.
A lot of companies are able to claim trade secret protections and actually not provide justifications for why prices are rising.
And drug companies have been suing with a complaint filed in December in Oregon, a lawsuit pending against California's law, and other legal challenges over the past few years. One argument against transparency is advance notice of price hikes could lead to stockpiling at the lower prices, leading to shortages. We check your money at 20 and 50 after each hour. I'm Bloomberg's Steve Potus for KNX 1070 News Radio.
Find out which relaxing sport helps you live longer. That story 2.5 minutes away. Right now it's 1:51.
Last couple of weeks about no quid pro quo with Ukraine and all that money.
Did you tune in late and miss the first segment of KNX In Depth? Rewind and hear it again.
So we will go in depth.
Rewind KNX 1070 News Radio on radio.com. Download the radio.com app and favorite KNX 1070 News Radio.
This woman, her name is Edith Childs, is a city councilwoman from Greenwood.
12 years ago, right here.
My first trip to Greenwood. There were about 20 people there.
We needed some hope.
I heard this voice behind me shout out.
I said, fired up, ready to go, and that was the it.
Fired up! Ready to go!
We need something different to beat Trump. Tom Steyer can bring it. He knows the needs of our people, that people have good health, that people have good education, that people have affordable housing, that people have a right to vote, and that their votes are not suppressed. He also believes in climate change and that people can live healthier and normal lives. Watch it. My God, Trump's fired up and Trump got to go.
I'm Tom Steyer, running for president, and I approve this message.
Now everybody get out and vote for Tom.
Paid for by Tom Steyer 2020.
Car Pro Terry Reynolds here on behalf of my friends at Porsche Downtown LA. GM Victor Kissimmee has an idea I think is fantastic and offers you a great opportunity. If you have a car you've been wanting to sell but haven't had the time because you're just too busy, Porsche Downtown LA will retail it for you on consignment. Doesn't matter the brand, make, or model, Porsche Downtown LA will take pictures of your car, advertise, and post your car on their participating websites at no additional charge to you. When your car sells, Porsche Downtown LA will write you a check for your equity. Now, if this sounds too good to be true, call Victor at Porsche Downtown LA for more information. It's a Porsche dealer in the entire USA, and they are the exclusive CarPro USA Porsche dealer in Southern California. Consign your car with Porsche Downtown LA. Call for more information.
1:54 right now. If you think you're getting up in age and you want to live longer, how about taking up golf?
A new study published by the American Heart Association finds that playing golf once a month reduces the probability of early death in older adults.
We do know that regular physical activity is extremely important for your health and reduces your risk of premature death.
Dr. Scott Kaiser is with Providence St. John's Health Center in Santa Monica.
Maybe it's just getting out there with friends and having that healthy social connection that makes the difference. Too soon to say based on this study, but definitely a lot to look for in the future.
Researchers analyzed findings from the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute's cardiovascular health study and found a clear link between playing golf and reduced death rates. Chris Seatons, KNX 1070 News Radio.
3 people have died in 4 separate wrong-way crashes this morning. We're going to have more details coming up at the top of the hour. Right now, it's 1:55. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5s. Here's Manny Pacheco.
Let's begin in Artesia, 91 west at Pioneer. 2-car fender bender, both along the right shoulder. You are tapping on the brakes at Bloomfield. Fountain Valley, 405 north, just past Brookers. Disabled vehicle with a blown-out tire and their windows shattered. It's in the second lane from the left. Not sure what happened, but it is a sluggish drive from Euclid, Glendora, 210 east, connector to the 57 south. 3-car smash-up in lanes. It's busy on that 210 east from Sunflower. The transition is also congested. Almonte, we've still got that problem on that 605 north at Valley. The tow trucks are there. It's a 2-car entry wreck. The 2 lanes still blocked. And delays begin at Beverly. There's plenty of spectators slowing as well on the other side. Down 85 north at Lakewood Boulevard, a 2-car collision. Fast lane taken away. The backup to Eastern. Monterey Park 10 east before New Avenue, a 2-car crash. Both in the slow lane, and it is slow from Atlantic. We've got a problem in Sherman Oaks, 405 south, just past the 101. Car was rear-ended, both in the fast lane. The backup to Victory Boulevard. This is also causing a slowdown as you transition from the 101 east to the 405 south, and it stays slow right through the Sepulveda Pass and into Westwood. So it's a busy drive in Sherman Oaks into the Sepulveda Pass this afternoon. Camarillo, 101 west at Carmen Drive, a 2-car entry wreck. One of the vehicles on its side, both over to the right. And boy, I'll tell you what, this is just causing a mess of a drive. Obviously, the injured driver going to be in the back of an ambulance. The delays actually begin as you travel halfway down the Conejo grade. Our next report is at 2:05. I'm Manny Pacheco with more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Sunny today. High's going to be in the mid-60s to low 70s. Overnight lows in the 40s and 50s with areas of patchy fog. Tomorrow it's going to clear out. We're going to have that sun come back a few degrees warmer. Currently 65 degrees in Hawthorne, 71 degrees in Burbank. Chino checking in at 73. Outrage after 2 people make a porn video at a local public library during business hours. We're going to have more on this and the rest of our other top stories coming up in just 5 minutes or so at the top of the hour. Right now, it's 1:57.
Is your loved one in need of skilled nursing care? The cost can be $10,000 or more per month, and it's not covered by Medicare, your health insurance, or VA benefits. The state would have you deplete your savings, sell your investments or other assets to pay for this care. Attorney Soren Basic at Nursing Home Solutions can protect your assets and help you qualify for state-paid nursing home benefits. Call Soren at Nursing Home Solutions, 800-7-SENIOR. That's 800-7-SENIOR. Or log on to nhscare.com.
Sometimes democracy is a birthright. Sometimes it is a gift. Today, it's a fight, and I'm asking you to stand and fight with me.
Michael Bloomberg on bringing our country back together.
This election is a referendum on the meaning of America. It is about what we will tell our children, what we did at this time. This election is about whether we recognize that all groups who have been marginalized, excluded, scapegoated, or far worse, rise and fall together. And that is our best hope, standing together, rejecting demagogues who try to seduce us by dividing us, and uniting behind the only shield that can protect us, our common values as American citizens and as God's children. That is what this election is about, and that is why I'm running, to repair the damage and to move our nation forward. Together, we will get it done. I'm Mike Bloomberg, candidate for president.
President, and I approve this message. Paid for by Mike Bloomberg 2020.
And now a message from Puffs Plus Lotion Tissues. Coughing and sneezing aren't the season's worst flaw. It's the ordinary tissues that can leave noses raw. With each little wipe, they can leave noses red. So do your sniffer a favor. Buy Puffs Plus Lotion instead. Puffs have lotion to soothe and are soft on your nose. You'll feel the difference with each of your blows. Especially during cold and flu season, a nose in need deserves Puffs indeed.
Nature Valley brings that satisfying crunch that gets your family going again with real delicious honey and whole grain oats. So get out here. Nature Valley Oats and Honey Crunchy Bars. The original crunch.
The news you need from the station you trust. Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station. This is KNX HD, KRTH HD2, Los Angeles. KNX 1070 News Radio. Radio.com station. Depend on us.
Coming up, our top local story, a library in Santa Monica featured in an adult film, and it's been an especially deadly day on Southern California roads. These stories plus traffic every 10 minutes on the 5, coming up after CBS.
News on the Hour, sponsored by Walgreens.
I'm Sam Litzinger. Hundreds of former federal prosecutors are now asking that Attorney General William Barr resign, saying he was wrong to suggest that the sentence of President Trump's ally Roger Stone be reduced. CBS News correspondent Paul Reed says some Justice Department employees are worried about losing the public's confidence.
The crisis of confidence is not just about Roger Stone. It's not just about the Attorney General overriding career prosecutors and putting his opinion into that case and revising the sentencing recommendation. It's systemic. It's from the very beginning of his tenure. He came out and he framed the Mueller investigation's findings in a way that even Robert Mueller said wasn't accurate.
Louisiana Republican Senator John Kennedy tells CBS he's faced the nation. Barr is the right man to lead the Justice Department.
He's mature, he's serious, he exercises power fairly and intelligently, he's cursed with a rational mind, and he's tough as a boot.
Some Americans are cutting short a 14-day quarantine on the Diamond Princess cruise ship in the port of Yokohama, Japan, to be flown back to America. They'll still have to spend another quarantine period at a U.S. military facility to make sure they don't have that new virus that's been sweeping across Asia. CBS News correspondent Deborah Patton.
The situation on board deteriorated this weekend with more than 350 confirmed infections. Of those, over 40 are Americans. Buses started arriving at the harbor earlier today and have taken the U.S. citizens to Haneda Airport in Tokyo. They will fly out in the early hours of the morning local time. Passengers who show any symptoms of the coronavirus will not be allowed to fly.
Washington's flying chartered planes because the passengers and crew members from the ship are now at a high risk of exposure to the virus. Minnesota Democratic Senator and presidential candidate Amy Klobuchar says it's time for fellow candidate Mike Bloomberg to be asked some serious questions in a public forum.
I think he cannot hide behind the airwaves and the money. I think he has to come on the show, and I personally think he should be on the debate stage.
On CBS's Face the Nation, Bloomberg has been accused of spending some of his billions to try to buy his way into the presidential race without being grilled about his positions. Ivanka Trump has praised Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and a handful of other Mideast countries for making significant reforms to advance women's rights. A gathering of women entrepreneurs and regional leaders in Dubai. President Trump's daughter delivered the keynote address at a 2-day Global Women's Forum at a resort overlooking the Persian Gulf coastline. This is CBS News.
Save up to $5 on Medicare Part D copays when Walgreens is your preferred pharmacy. Copay savings on Tier 1 generic drugs available through select plans that include Walgreens as a preferred pharmacy.
Are you more than $10,000 in debt? Feel like you are on a never-ending treadmill, staying in one place and never getting ahead? Do you feel like there is no way out and you're just robbing Peter to pay Paul? Don't let the banks bully you. There are programs in place to help you get free of your debt, and you pay only a fraction of what you owe. The program at Total Financial Freedom can help you get debt-free in months rather than decades. Get off the debt treadmill and stop the endless cycle. Get free of credit card debt, timeshare, signature loans, and even internet loans. Call now at 800-899-8922 to see if you can qualify with no obligation and how you can receive a free book written by our CEO, the Debt Dietitian. For over a decade, Total Financial Freedom has helped thousands. They're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, too. Start saving money now and avoid bankruptcy. Your debt can be settled for a mere fraction of what you owe. Call Total Financial now at 800-899-8922. That's 800-899-8922.
More evidence that many companies have decided it's too big a risk to hire people who use tobacco.
The Phoenix-based truck rental company U-Haul is no longer hiring workers who use products that contain nicotine. Cliff Douglas with the American Cancer Society hopes U-Haul will help current employees who smoke.
To make sure that they have access to FDA-approved smoking cessation medications as well as counseling.
It's estimated that U.S. smoking-related medical expenses cost $170 billion a year. Stephen Kaufman, CBS News, Prescott, Arizona.
One man's trash is this woman's treasure. Sorry, Nina Kritigna has become a celebrity in her village of Makarya, Russia, by using old bottle caps to create dozens of works of mosaic art, some of which take weeks to create. So far, she's used about 2 tons of caps. Tourists are now coming to meet her and see her art. San Francisco, CBS News.
This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. Good afternoon, I'm Emily Valdez. Our top local stories at 2:05. An adult film has a Santa Monica library as a backdrop. Plus 3 people killed in 4 wrong-way crashes in just a matter of hours. Those stories coming up. But first, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5. Here's Manny Pacheco.
Well, the big problems in Camarillo, 101 West at Carmen Drive, 2-car injury wreck, one of the vehicles on its side, the injured driver in the back of an ambulance, both over to the right, the cars that is, and the backup right now stretches through Newberry Park. Sherman Oaks 405 South just past the 101, a car was rear-ended both in the fast lane, the backup to Victory Boulevard, but this is also causing a slowdown as you transition from the 101 East to the 405 South. Palisades, PCH heading south. That weekend water main project between Temescal Canyon and Sunset, well, the cones have been picked up. I believe they're done. But I do see residual slowing through Tuna Canyon, but that's going to dissipate because now both lanes are heading south, wide open. Artesia, 91 West at Pioneer, 2-car fender bender, both along the right shoulder. You are tapping on the brakes at Bloomfield. Brea, 57 North at Imperial Highway. A car flipped over onto its roof. The off-ramp is blocked. If you need to exit the freeway, use your Belinda or Lambert. Our next report, 2:15. I'm Manny Pacheco with more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Sunny today, highs in the mid-60s to low 70s. Overnight lows in the 40s and 50s. Areas of patchy fog. Tomorrow, it's going to clear out. We're going to have sunny skies, and it's going to be a few degrees warmer. Currently 70 degrees in downtown LA, 74 degrees in Chatsworth, 70 degrees in Fullerton at 207. A porn video that was shot in Santa Monica and then uploaded to the internet causing outrage because part of it was actually recorded inside the city's Ocean Park Library while it was open to the public. In an exclusive report, CBS 2's Christopher Harness says the people in the video clearly knew they shouldn't be doing what they were doing in a place where library patrons, including children, could have seen them in action.
The woman in the video walks into the library, apparently during business hours, and shoots the video, all while talking about not getting caught.
A woman who lives nearby the library, she's really upset about what happened. She hopes cops track down the people who made the video, file some sort of charges against them.
God forbid a child walked in the library and walked right in on the middle of it. That's my biggest concern. Children don't need to be exposed to this. If you want to do porn, stick to the hotels.
Santa Monica police say they are aware of the video and they're investigating. 2:08 right now. It was an unusually dangerous morning on Southern California freeways. 4 crashes involving wrong-way drivers, 3 people killed. On the 405, just north of Getty Center Drive in the Sepulveda Pass, a pickup truck slammed head-on into a Jaguar. The CHP's Sergeant John Richwine told CBS 2 News the pickup truck driver had been driving southbound in the northbound lanes for miles before the crash.